In this edition of Reshape 333, I want to talk about the new math of church models. If I was starting a church or reshaping a church towards a brighter and new future, what is the model that I might consider using? In fact, how would we gather, and when would we gather, and where would we gather? I want to think about that with you and prompt you for some discussion, and I want to do it in the next 333 seconds. So let's get at it. I was never a big fan of math, and over the years, educators will often come up with new approaches to math that they call new math. They come up with new ways of visualizing the right answer rather than simply stacking 19 on top of 23, carrying a 1 and getting 42. The newest new math uses what they call friendly numbers. They say tens and 100s are easier to visualize as you calculate an answer, and that's probably true. So for example, if you're adding a 21 plus 8, it's easier to make the 21 a 20 and give 1 to the 8, and then your answer is 29 if you followed that. I'm not a big fan of math, honestly, of any kind, but I do like the concept of friendly and simple numbers. For years, the church's friendly number was 100. Place all of your energy, all of your creativity, all of your focus into gathering people on Sunday morning 100%. And then during the week, you would carry out what we call programs with the goals of number 1, reaching new people, number 2, discipling your congregation, and number 3, transitioning the new people that you reached toward Sunday morning. It worked for decades, maybe even longer. People were available. Stores were in large part closed. Sunday was more protected. The culture still had some spiritual memory, and church attendance was still a habit. We could move people toward Sunday 100%. But our rapidly advancing post-Christian culture has changed all of that. And then add to that a disruptive pandemic for over a year of not gathering physically. And the way forward requires what I would say is some new math, because the old math simply no longer works. So for what it's worth, as I think about it, let me give to you, if I was starting a church or restarting a church or reshaping a congregation in 2021 or 2022, what is the new math that I might use in terms of church model? Well, here it is. 100% physical plus 100% digital plus 100% micro equals 100% one church. It's about 100% in 3 different directions. It will look different in different contexts, but honestly, I think it can be done by the largest church, and I think, in fact, it can be done by the smallest church. Here's what I think I'd do. Number 1, I'd simply go 100% on Sunday. Of course, we know Sunday is limited in terms of reaching out and engaging our neighbors. All of the studies will show that now. But Sunday and the traditional model of gathering, like most of us still do, is still important. It's still meaningful to many, many, many people. And to end it would simply be dishonoring to way too many folks. So we can't do that. We must do it with relevance. We must do it with excellence. It's going to require some serious tweaking and some changes if it's going to maintain traction. But we can't, at least at this point, abandon it 100% physical. Secondly, I'd go 100% digital. There's really no option. The online expression of church has become the new front door. COVID was the great accelerator for that. The truth is that the majority of people that connect with your church, will be touched by your church, will never be in the room, and in fact might never enter the room. Think about that. And a certain type of authentic community can indeed be fostered online. Let me give you 2 practical hints. Number 1, to go 100% digital, you've got to support it, and you have to staff it with either paid or volunteer to the same degree that you would commit to your traditional physical gathering. You have no choice. Folks will realize very quickly if you're all into this or not. Secondly, you need to understand the size and the context of your congregation. You have to understand the resources you have available, and the context that you are in fact in will impact what you can do. Some churches will go 100% full-blown online campus. Others will have a more simplified online engagement strategy that is less robust but is effective for their context. Simply go 100% and do it with the excellence that you're capable of. 100% physical, plus 100% digital, plus 100% micro. Say, what do I mean? Well, create a micro church as an experiment, a new type of congregational gathering, a type of micro expression of the church. This type of model will make every church a multi-site church. You'll have a Sunday physical expression in its traditional form, an online congregation in its digital form, and a new kind of micro church in its creative form, a house church, a dinner church, a seniors complex church, a community center congregation, or some other expression, all tethered together as one church. Perhaps at times even joining together as one for a big party in the park. 100% physical plus 100% digital plus 100% micro equals 100% one church. Talk about these questions and have some fun.